Chapter 14, Refraction at Spherical Refracting Surfaces. You know about the refraction. What is refraction? When a ray of light goes from one optical medium to the other optical medium, then it deviates from its path. It bends from its original path. That bending is called the refraction. If the ray of light is falling perpendicularly to the surface separating both the medium, it will not deviate. It will pass undeviated if it is falling perpendicularly. Then there are two laws of refraction. First law, incident ray, refracted ray and normal at the point of incidence all lies on the same plane. All these things you have studied in the class 10. And second law, for all values of angle of incidence, ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is constant for a given pair of media. That is sin I upon sin r equals to constant. And this law is known as Snell's law. It is known as Snell's law. And this sin I upon sin r equals to constant, it is known as the refractive index. And of which medium? In which the refracted ray is situated. With respect to which medium? In which the incident ray is situated. Now one more thing. What is the cause of refraction? So refraction occurs, bending occurs because of the change in speed of light. Because of the change in speed of light when it goes from one medium to another. The medium in which speed of light is more is known as rarer medium, and the medium in which it is less is known as denser medium. For example, in air and water, which one is rarer and which one is denser? So air is rarer and water is denser. But if you see in between water and glass, then water is rarer and glass is denser. Then one more thing. During refraction, one physical quantity do not change, that is the frequency, because the frequency depends upon the source of light. It depends upon the source of light. So frequency do not change. It is clear? Now see here. Here about spherical refracting surfaces you already know, but I am just revising. There are two kinds of spherical refracting surfaces. One is convex and other is concave. Now what is the convex? Convex means it is a raised surface. For example, like this. From your side it is raised. So it is a convex surface. It's clear. But if I hold like this, then it is depressed inside. It is pressed in between. So it is a concave surface. It's clear. So this is a convex surface and this is concave surface. So since this is curved, these surfaces are curved, so that's why they are known as the spherical surfaces. So here this is a spherical refracting surface. It is a part of some glass sphere which has been cut in this way. Inside this, what is there? Glass. Outside this, there is air. It's clear. So SPS dash, it is a what type of refracting surface? It is a convex refracting surface. Now and why do we say refracting surface? Because when ray of light will fall upon it, what will happen? It will get refracted. It will be deviated from its original path. Now this is known as the center of the refracting surface. Center of the refracting surface. If you see this, then actually it will be like this. It will be circular in shape, just like the lens, it will be circular in shape. So center of this is known as the pole. Center is known as the pole. Now SPS dash, it is the aperture. It is known as it is called aperture. Aperture means it is that portion on which light can fall. It's clear? It is that portion on which light can fall. So this is called the aperture. Then there is one term, center of curvature. So center of curvature means center of that sphere of which this spherical surface is a part. Means if you complete a sphere, no need to draw this sphere. So you can see here this spherical surface SPS dash, it is the part of this sphere. Its center is known as the center of curvature. Now there is a unique property of center of curvature. If you join any point on the spherical refracting surface from the center, what will be? That line will be perpendicular at that point. For example, if you have to draw the perpendicular at the point A, you join A to C. If you have to draw the perpendicular at S, you join S to C. If you have to draw the perpendicular at point P, join P to the C. So that is known as the normal. It's clear? In order to draw the normal at any point of the spherical refracting surface, what will you do? You will join that point of the spherical surface from the center of curvature. Then there is what the radius of curvature. This is also very simple. What is radius of curvature? Radius of that sphere of which the spherical surface is a part is known as the radius of curvature. Then there is one term, principal axis. What is principal axis? It is an imaginary line passing through pole and center of curvature. Means this line is known as the principal axis. This line is known as the principal axis. It is clear? Now after this, before proceeding further, I will explain you one sign convention. There is one sign convention for measuring distances and length. Sign convention. Sign convention for measuring distances and length. So number one, all distances are measured from pole. All distances will be measured from pole. Means the zero of measuring scale will be always at P. Will be always at P. मतलब हम begin कर शुरू कहाँ से करेंगे? P से ही करेंगे. Now the distances which are measured in the direction of incident ray are taken positive. Distances which are measured in the direction of incident ray are taken positive. Now what is the direction of incident ray? So direction of incident ray, you can see this is from where to where? From O to spherical surface. Which means from O to spherical surface. O is object. O means object. It is clear? Means what is the direction of incident ray? This is the direction of incident. So distances which are measured in the direction of incident ray, they will be taken positive. So see here. Here this is the object and I is image which is formed because of the reflection through the surface. So what is the object's distance from the pole? You will measure in what direction? In this direction. You will measure, start measuring from P up to O. So measuring opposite to incident ray. That's why that will be taken negative. And object's distance from the pole is denoted by the symbol U. That's why there is negative. Then if you have to measure the distance of image from the pole. So see here, now you are measuring in the direction of incident ray. It is represented by the symbol V, so we have taken plus V. Then distance of center of curvature from the pole, that will also be taken into consideration. Which is denoted by capital R. Now N1 is the refractive index of surrounding medium. Refractive index means it is the absolute refractive index. And N2 is what? It is the refractive index of the glass. It is the refractive index of the glass, of the material of refracting surface. Now see here. Here we have taken one special case which is in your course. Here N2 is greater than N1. Means this medium is denser and the surrounding medium is But if you take this as denser, that as rarer, formula will remain same. Formula will not change. Formula change नहीं होगा कि ये denser है and this is the rare. That will remain same. But the derivation is only for this. And since these are the topics of the second semester, and second semester may be that descriptive pattern. It's clear. So all of you prepare the derivations also. In first semester topics, derivation are not required. It will be better if you go through the derivations because they can ask in between also. It's clear. So now see here. Here O is an object situated on the principal axis. So one ray which goes along the principal axis, it will pass undeviated. And why? The ray which goes along the principal axis is going undeviated. Why it is going undeviated? Because it is passing through center, means incidenting here perpendicularly, therefore it will pass undeviated. Another ray is going obliquely and falls at the point A. You draw the normal at the point A. This normal has been drawn. Now since it is going from rarer to the denser medium, therefore it will bend towards the normal. When it will bend towards the normal, so one refracted ray is this, other is this, they are meeting at I, so I will be the system. Now we will deduce that formula. How will you deduce? So here you take this angle is angle of incidence. This is angle of refraction. Then we have taken this angle as alpha. Angle which incident ray makes from the principal axis alpha. Angle which refracted ray makes from the principal axis is beta. And the angle which normal makes is 1. Here we have assumed that aperture is small. Aperture we have taken small. Now all of you see this. When the aperture will be small, aperture is usually 5 cm. Means total is 5 cm. And when aperture is small, then incident ray will be very close to principal axis. Incident ray will be very close to principal axis. In that case, what will happen to the angle of incidence? That will become very, very small. That will become very, very small. So in this whole complete derivation, we have assumed that aperture is very, very small. One more thing. When you will draw the perpendicular, M will be very close to P. M P के बहुत ही close होगा. Here for clarity purpose it is made bigger diagram. Otherwise aperture will be very small. When aperture will be very small, then angle of incidence, angle of refraction, as well as angle alpha, angle gamma, and angle beta will be very, very small. Next here, point M and point P will be very close. Therefore, they can be treated as same point. Next here, so you write down. Let us consider all these things you show in the diagram. You will not write all other things. Let us consider a small aperture convex spherical refracting surface. And small aperture convex spherical refracting surface of radius of curvature r. Of radius of curvature r. Such that it's situated in a medium. It's situated in a medium which is rarer than its material. Situated in a medium which is rarer than its material. Rarer than its material. Now you can see here. triangle, this triangle AOC. Can you see? Triangle AOC. All of you see carefully. This angle is exterior angle. Exterior equals to sum of interior of triangle. So triangle AOC, I equals to alpha plus gamma. We have to determine the values of I and R in terms of alpha, beta and gamma. Now in triangle ACI, here gamma equals to R plus beta. Gamma equals to plus beta. Therefore R equals to gamma minus beta. That's clear. Now from Snell's law, N2 upon N1 equals to sin I upon sin A. You write down. Since aperture of the refracting surface is small, write down. Since aperture of the refracting surface is small, therefore I and R will be small angles. I and R will be small angles. Now for small angles we know sin I equals to I and sin R equals to R. This is a approximation. In case of small angle, sin theta equals to theta. Therefore, this will become what? N2 upon N1 equals to I upon R. Now, in place of I, you can write it alpha plus gamma, and this is gamma minus beta. Which means gamma minus beta. This R equals to gamma minus beta. Now you cross multiply. So N2 gamma minus beta equals to N1 alpha plus gamma. Now after this we will keep the terms of gamma in one side, alpha and beta in the other side. It's clear? So see here N2 gamma in the left hand side, and when you will from right hand side to bring the term of gamma, it will be minus N1 gamma. So N2 gamma minus N1 gamma equals N1 alpha plus N2 beta, which means gamma you take out commons. N2 minus N1 into gamma equals N1 alpha plus N2 beta. If you note down this, you can take equation 1. Now you can see here Now we will determine the, since aperture is small, therefore alpha, beta, gamma are the small angle. And in case of small angle, there is one more approximation. Theta is nearly equal to tan theta. Okay. So see here, what will be alpha? Alpha will be nearly equal to tan alpha. And tan alpha you can determine from this value. AMO. Which means from triangle AMO, it will be AM upon OM. Triangle AM. But as already I stated that M and P are very close, therefore they can be treated as same point. Therefore OM we can write OP. क्यों? क्योंकि OP की डिस्टेंस आपको पता है. So AM upon OP, so it will be equal to H upon minus U. H upon minus U. Then beta. So see here, in triangle AMI, tan beta will be AM upon I. Now AM upon IM you can write as IP. AM upon, and therefore it will be H upon then tan gamma. So you can take triangle AC here. Triangle ACM. This is tan gamma equals to AM upon CM. AM upon CM. And CM you can write as CP. That is H upon R. Now after this, we will substitute these values in equation 1. Now write down. Substituting these values in equation 1. When you will substitute N2 minus N2, in place of gamma you will write H upon R. This you can write gamma equals to tan gamma. Gamma is nearly equal to beta is nearly equal to tan beta. Are you noted? So H upon R equals to N1 alpha. So N1 into minus H upon U. H upon minus U means minus H upon. Which means plus N2 beta. H upon U. Now you cancel out H. On cancelling out H. When you will cancel out N2 minus N1 upon R equals to upon plus N2 upon V. Now, have you noted? Now you rearrange the term. So on rearranging the term, what will be? This will be N2 minus N1 upon R equals to N2 upon V minus N1 upon, this is one form of this relation. One form of this relation. Now we can write it in other way also. What is the other form? You can see in both the sides you take out N1 common. When you take out N1 common, what will you get? You will get N2 upon N1 minus 1 whole divided by, when you take out N1 common from here, it is N2 upon N1 into minus 1 upon now what is N2 upon N1? Who can take? N2 upon N1. So this is 1 N2. 1 N2 means refractive index of refracting medium with respect to the surrounding medium. Refractive index of, simply we write it as N. Ri of refracting medium. With respect to surrounding medium. With respect to surrounding, it's clear. So see here N1 and N1 will be, you will get N minus upon equals to N2 upon N1, N upon V minus 1 upon V. So we will remember this relation in these two forms. In first relation, N1 is the Ri of surrounding medium, N2 is the Ri of refracting medium. In the second, N is what? Refractive index of refracting medium with respect to surrounding medium.